The Bethlehem Marketplace Stars. This tutorial is for absolute beginners. Even though this is not a beginner project by any means, we're going to go through this step by step. And of course, those of you who are more advanced in this, you feel free to mute the volume or look for a video of just the how-to. But some people have expressed an interest in making these and help in making these that don't have any crocheting experience at all, and this video is for them. And so we're going to start with the crochet hook. This is a 4mm. You can see that right there on that. The yarn is also a number 4 acrylic, and it is white. It's not the soft white or the off-white. It is actually considered white. So we're going to start by doing a slip knot, and by doing that, on how to do that, you've crisscrossed the yarn like this, and then flip it over again like this. It's going to look sort of like a little pretzel. You're going to take this yarn from behind and pull both of these strands, and it's going to make a little loop. So you're going to stick your hook through that loop, and when you pull the longer side, it gets tighter. When you pull the shorter side, it gets looser. So now we're going to talk a little bit about tension and how to hold the yarn and your hook. So I wrap the yarn around my pinky and then hold it with my finger like this. So wrap it around my finger and my pinky. This is just so I can hold tension on this, and I can develop like how much tension on this that I have. This holds the tension, so it determines how tight or loose this is. Okay, so you're gonna hold your hook more like a pencil, so to speak. You can like this, or I hold it like this. Now, I'm also a little bit different in probably the way I hold it. Most people hold it like a pencil. Either way is fine, because all you're going to do is be able to yarn over. See how you put the yarn over the hook and pull it through the loop. Did you see that? That's called, this right here, the first one is a slip knot. I'm going to take it back apart. Look, all you have to do is pull them apart and it pops right off. So again, we're going to crisscross. We're going to flip it down. This time I did it the other way. It doesn't make any difference at all. Still looks like a pretzel. We're going to pull that bottom one through, as we're also pulling the tails, is what I call them, and it makes that knot. Again, pull the shorter one and the loop gets bigger. Pull the longer one and it gets tighter. So I'm going to wrap around my pinky, get this ready, and either way you hold the hook, all you're going to do, this is a slip knot, your first slip knot. That's how everything pretty much starts in crocheting. We're not going to count that as the first stitch. The first stitch starts when you cross over the yarn and pull it through. That's a slip stitch. We're going to do 5 of those. So you're going to cross over the hook and pull through. That's 2. Cross over the hook, pull through. That's 3. Cross over the hook, pull through. That's 4. Cross over the hook, pull through. That's 5. So we have 5 of these, which is called a chain. That was a slip stitch, and that made, each one of these stitches are a slip stitch, and that made a chain. So we have 5. We're gonna, at this point, I go around my finger like this. I hold this chain. We're going to make a loop right here. We're going to attach these two together, but I go around my finger to hold that loop. And see how you stick the hook right here through that first slip stitch, yarn over, and I'm going to hold that, what I call the tail. We're going to hold that down against the regular chain so that it just gets it out of the way. So you're going to yarn over. That's what that's called. When you put the yarn over your hook, you're going to yarn over, and you're going to pull that yarn through both of those loops. And see how it connected that? Okay, so that's actually the very beginning of how we do the Bethlehem Marketplace stars. And I'm going to hold on to that right there for just a minute. And what we're going to do is we're going to slip stitch 3 more. So 1, 2, 3, and that is yarn over and pull through the loop, yarn over, pull through the loop, yarn over, pull through the loop. So there's 3 stitches there. And what we're going to do next is we're going to yarn over twice. So loop it once, loop it twice, and then, and I kind of hold everything here because you don't want this twisting. You absolutely don't want this twisting. So you're going to stick this hook through the very center of that circle that we made of the chains. So right here through the circle, we're going to go all the way through, come out the other side. We're going to loop over. See how it loops over? We're going to hook it and pull that back through. So at this point, you have 4 loops on your hook. What you're going to do is you're going to loop over and pull through 2 of them. That means you've got 3 on your hook. You're going to loop over, pull through 2. You have 2 left. We're not going to what I call close this stitch yet. We've got 1 more to make, so we have 2 loops on the hook. We're going to do this again where we have those, see how those 2 stitches where we've so we're going to loop over, and we're going to loop over again. Then we're going to stick the hook through the center of that circle. We're going to grab that yarn or loop over that yarn and pull it back through. This time we have 5 on the hook. Okay, we're going to yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2, just 2. Now you see how I struggled just a little bit to pull through just the 2 of them. If you accidentally pull through 3, it's not a problem. Just go ahead and unhook that one from the hook with your fingers. It's not a problem. It's okay. It happens all the time. So now you have 3 on the hook. This is for the first stitch. The rest of them you will notice that we will have 4. That's okay. That's for later. I'll explain that as we go along. But the important part is you still have this center loop that's easy to recognize. And you have 3 of these. See how you have 3 of those and 3 on the hook. Okay, the next step you're going to do is I hold all of this in place. You're going to loop over and you're going to pull through all 3 of them. And that's what I call closing that stitch. All of that is considered one stitch name. The whole thing is just is what's called 1 crochet stitch. That's okay. You don't have to worry about that. But right now we're going to transition into the point of the star. This part makes the center, and we're going to make the point now. So after each one that you do of the center, we have to do a string for the point. So how that's done is you're going to loop over and pull through, and you're going to do that for a total of 6 times. So that's 1. We're going to loop over and pull through, loop over and pull through. That's 3. Loop over and pull through. That's 4. Loop over and pull through. That's 5. Loop over and pull through. That's 6. So you have 6 total in that chain. Now for this one, this right here, this one that's in your hook is not going to count. You're going to count back 3 stitches from your hook. So 1, 2, 3. You're going to see that loop. Let me see if I can get it right here to show you. See how it's 1, 2, 3. You're not going to loop over this time. You're only going to stick the hook through that loop like that. Then you're going to hook over and pull that yarn through where you have 2 on your hook. Okay? Then you're going to loop over and pull through both of those. That is actually called a single crochet, but that makes the point of that star. So what you're going to do from there is you're going to loop over and pull through 3 times. Loop over, pull through, that's 1. Loop over, pull through, that's 2. Loop over, pull through, that's 3. So yours should look like, and be careful not to turn this, like it literally should stay super flat like this. And this next section is going to be hard not to loop, not to change it. So I'm holding all of this completely still. I know it seems like a lot. It's fine. Just take your time. And you're going to hold all of this together. And what you're going to do is you're going to loop over twice. Isn't that crazy? Loop over twice. You're going to go back, pull it down and hold it right here. Like it's easier for me to hold these together. And you've looped over twice. I'm going to change my tension on that. Okay, looped over twice. Stick this needle, this hook, right through the center. Grab the yarn over, pull it through, and I'm still trying to hold that tail down. That's fine if you let go of it at this point. It's already anchored. And see how it tries to twist around right there? And that's the reason I try to hold it all together. So now I'm going to switch my hands and hold all of this together. And you've got 4 see how you've got 4 loops. What you're going to do is you're going to loop over and pull through 2. That's going to give you 3. You're going to loop over and pull through 2. And just, my tension's a little bit tight right there, so I'm just going to wiggle it. There we go. It slipped off, but that's okay. Just grab a hold of that. See how I'm using my fingers to just grab a hold of it. So now I've got the 2 loops. Well, that makes the first one just like that one. Okay? So you're going to hold those together. Okay, now you don't have to hold this one because now it's looped in. So you're going to leave those 2. You're going to loop over twice. You're going to go through the center of this circle. You're going to grab the yarn or loop over the yarn and pull one through, pull a loop through. That means you have 5 on here. You can see the 5. You're going to loop over, pull through 2. Now you have 4. You're going to loop over and pull through 2. Now you have 3. And remember before on this one, when we had 3, we went ahead and what I called close that stitch, but we don't have 3 here. I'll explain that later as to why, but we need 3 of these, so we're going to do it again. So we're going to loop over twice. So we have 2 right there. We're going to go through the center. We're going to loop over the yarn and pull it back through. Yarn over. That's what it's called, yarn over. Not loop over, sorry about that. Yarn over and pull it through. This means we have 6 total on the hook. See that? So you're gonna yarn over, pull through 2. It means we have 5 left. Yarn over, pull through 2, which means we have 4 left. Now before on this one we had 3. The rest of them we're gonna have 4 just like this when we get ready to close this stitch, because we have our 3. And again, I'll tell you at the end why the first one only had 3, the rest of them had 4. But you're gonna loop over, yarn over, and pull through all 4 of them to close the top of that stitch. So that's what you're gonna do. Now it's time to make another one of these points. And you can move this. See how you can move this around and it slides on that loop? That makes it easier to see that that is one portion, one section of that star. Okay, so now we're gonna do another one of these right here. So we're gonna yarn over, pull through 1, and we're going to do that 6 times. That's 1, yarn over, pull through, that's 2, yarn over, pull through, that's 3, yarn over, pull through, that's 4, yarn over, pull through, that's 5, yarn over, pull through, that's 6. Now again, we're not going to count this one, and we're going to go 3 from the hook. So it's 1. Let me see if I can put my finger behind there so you can actually see it. So it's 1, 2, 3. We did a total of 6. So it's 1, 2. This one right here doesn't count. So it's 1, 2, 3. You're going to stick the needle, the hook, through that hole. You're going to yarn over, grab that yarn over, pull it through. So you have 2 on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through 2. That gets us to right there, like we did on this one. We're going to yarn over and pull through 3 times. That's 1. Yarn over, pull through, that's 2. Yarn over, pull through, that's 3. Okay, so don't let this twist. You're hanging on to everything. I know it gets a little busy. That's okay. So you're holding on to everything. Yarn over twice. Go through the center, yarn over once, and pull it through. Don't let that twist on you. I'm still holding that tails down over there. Okay, so you have 4 on your hook, just like that. You are going to yarn over, pull through 2. That leaves 3 on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through 2. And you're going to leave those 2 on your hook. That's your first row of that stitch. Okay? And then you've made your second point on your star. So keep those 2 on your hook. You're going to yarn over twice. You're going to put your hook through the center, yarn over once, and pull it back through. You've got 5 on your hook. You're going to yarn over, pull through 2. That leaves 4. You're going to yarn over and pull through 2. That leaves 3. We still only have 2 of these rows, so we need 1 more. So you're going to do 2 yarn overs. You're going to stick the hook through the center, yarn over, and pull 1 loop back through. That means you have 6 on your hook. You're going to yarn over, pull through 2 of those. That leaves 5. You're going to yarn over and pull through 2. That leaves 4. Now we have 3 of those rows, just like we do on this one, just like we do on that one. See how you have 3 there and 3 there. So now it's time to close the top of that stitch. So you're going to hold everything together. You're going to yarn over and pull all the way through all 4 of them. So now you have half of your star done, because there's 3 of those so far, and there's going to be a total of 5. Now I'm going to slide this around so I have room on my circle. Now you're ready to make another one of these. So remember, it's 6 of the chain stitch is what it's called. So you're going to yarn over, pull through, that's 1. Yarn over, pull through, that's 2. Yarn over, pull through, that's 3. Yarn over, pull through, that's 4. Yarn over, pull through, that's 5. Yarn over, pull through, that's 6. Again, this one doesn't count, and you're going to count 3 from your needle, from your hook. Sorry, I keep saying needle. I am so sorry for that. It's been a really kind of a stressful day today. So anyway, I'm sorry about that. So 1, 2, 3. So you can see that's about halfway anyway, so you can kind of eyeball it, but I always count. And I put my thumbnail there, and see how I'm holding this completely straight and not letting it flop around. Like I'm keeping control of this in my hand as I do this. So again, you're going to count 1, 2, 3. You're going to stick your hook through that loop. You're going to loop over, or yarn over is what it's called, yarn over. Pull that through. You have 2 on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through both of those. So that's called a single crochet, but you don't have to worry about the names of that, but that creates that point. You're going to chain stitch 3. So that's yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through, that's the second one, yarn over and pull through, and that's the third one. So again, you're going to come back to your center. Make sure this doesn't twist around on you. You're holding everything nice and still. Okay, so you're getting ready to do another one of these. So you're going to do, and let me tighten my tension just a little bit. It got a little bit more room in there than what I wanted. So you're going to yarn over twice. And again, my tension, I'm going to hold that on there. There we go. Okay, that's better. So you're going to yarn over twice. You're going to go through the center, yarn over, pull through. So you're going to have 4 on your hook. And you're going to keep that from twisting. You're going to yarn over and pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 2. So that's your first one out of 3. You're going to have 2 left on your hook right here. So you're going to yarn over twice, go through the center, yarn over, pull through, You're going to have 5 on your hook here. You're going to yarn over, pull through 2. You're going to yarn over and pull through 2. That's 2 of those stitches. You're going to have 3 on your hook. So you're going to go one more time with the 2 loops around your hook. So yarn over twice is what it's called. You're going to go through the center, yarn over, pull through. That means you have 6 on your hook right there. You're going to yarn over, pull through 2. That leaves 5 on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 2. And it's okay if it comes off, just stick it right back on. You have 4 right there. You see the 3 stitches. You see the 4 at the top. See how this comes in, and that's how you've got that 4th one. Well, remember on the very first stitch, we didn't have this because we were just beginning. And that's how we're gonna, when we get around to the very end of this, that's where that, on the very first one, that's where that was missing, and that's where we attach when we come back. But you don't have to worry about that yet. I'm just getting you prepared. So right now there's 4 on your hook, and there's 3 right here. So we know that's the end of that stitch. So you're gonna yarn over and pull through all 4 of these. There we go. So now we have 4. We've got 1 more of those to do. I'm gonna move that around, kind of squish that together, and that's okay. You don't necessarily have to do that, but I like to do that, so I've got room there. Okay, so now we're ready to do another one of these. So we're going to chain stitch 6. So again, we're going to loop over or yarn over, loop over, yarn over. We're going to yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through, that's 2, yarn over, pull through, that's 3, yarn over, pull through, that's 4, yarn over, pull through, that's 5, yarn over, pull through, that's 6. So again, this one doesn't count as far as counting back from your hook. So you count 3 back from your hook. So that's 1, 2, 3. Make sure that's clear. Okay, let's do that again. So count 1, if you can see that stitch, 2, see the V, 3. So that's the next V. You're going to stick your hook through that what I call the hole, but it's this, through that stitch, yarn over, pull it back through. You have 2 on your hook, yarn over, pull through both of those. That's your other point. Now you're gonna chain 3. So you're gonna yarn over, pull through, that's 1, yarn over, pull through, that's 2, yarn over, pull through, that's 3. So that's the point that goes with that one. You're still holding all of this together. And what you're going to do at this point, you're ready to start your last one of these 3 to make that stitch. So what you're going to do is you're going to yarn over twice, go through the center, yarn over, and pull through that loop. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 on your hook. You're going to yarn over, pull through 2, means there's 3 on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2. So that leaves 2. That's your first stitch of that one. Then you're going to yarn over twice. You're going to go through the center, grab that yarn, yarn over, pull through. That means you have 5 on your hook, just like that. See how it's time to twist? So I'm going to make sure it doesn't twist and stays nice and neat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It says 5. You're going to yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. You have 3 on your hook, you have 2 of those stitches done. So one more time, you're going to yarn over twice, go through the center, yarn over and pull that back through. You have 6 on your hook. You're going to yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. You leave 4 on your hook. You have 3 of these, so you know you're ready to close that stitch. So you're going to yarn over and pull through all 4 of them. So you have 5 already in the center, which makes that star, but now you have to close this and do another one of these. So you need another point to go with that star. So we're going to chain 6. So yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through, that's number 2, yarn over, pull through, that's number 3, yarn over, pull through, that's number 4, yarn over, pull through, that's 5, yarn over, pull through, that's 6. Again, you're going to count 3 from your hook. This one doesn't count, so it's 1, 2, 3. So you count those V's. If I can get that to look right in the camera. I'm sorry, I'm struggling with this to look right. It's 1, 2, 3. If you can see the V's in there. You're going to stick the hook through that stitch, yarn over, pull through, and that gives you 2 on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through both of those, and that gives you your last point of the star. You're going to chain stitch 3. So yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through, that's 2. I'm going to adjust my hands just a minute. Yarn over, pull through for the 3rd one. Now, that's pretty much it. So remember when I told you this first one you only had 3 on your hook? Well, right there at the very end is that 4th one. So where we're going to connect it back in is at the very top where these 2 stitches come together. So you've got your circle, you've got the first 3 stitches, and see where that stitch comes into, let's turn it this way. See where this stitch comes into where we started the chain of 6? So right here, right there in that stitch, in the top of that stitch, in the top of that 3rd one, there's 2 there that make a V, and it makes a little hole right there. We're not going to loop over or anything like that. We're going to stick the hook through both of those right there. Now you're going to loop over and pull through all of it, completely all the way through. And I had that last one a little bit tight. That's okay. No worries on that. And you're going to pull this to where you have some extra. See how that makes that star? And we are going to starch them so you don't have to worry about if it looks more like a flower than a star, because when we starch them, this actually makes those points really stand out. So, okay, you're done with your hook, so you can pull that out. And what you're going to do, well, you're not completely done with your hook. You're done with the star. What you're going to do is you are going to cut this yarn. And I use clippers because they're not going to confiscate them at the airport, or if I'm going to visit somebody in the hospital or whatever and I decide to take this with me. Clippers are acceptable. They're not going to confiscate them normally. So I use clippers in with my crocheting just to make it easier when I'm traveling and stuff. And so you're going to take this extra yarn and you're just going to pull it out. Okay, so that leaves this tail, and you're like, what am I going to do with that? Well, let me show you. And some people may take a tapestry hook and pull and weave it through here, and that's okay if that's what you want to do. What I typically do is just use my crochet hook and stick it through any of these stitches, and just pull that yarn through back and forth. Like, I stuck my hook through the back side and pulled the yarn through the back side, and then this time I'm gonna hook through the front and just pull that through to the front, and I'm gonna keep going back and forth and just hook this back and forth just so that it tucks that. And what it's doing is it's keeping that star from coming apart, because with crochet, if you mess up, all you have to do is take your hook out and undo it, and that's your finished star. Don't worry about if the points aren't super pointy or any of this, because we're gonna starch this, and it is going to for sure be a star versus a flower. So there is your finished product.